All right, I'm back again, and I have used the cardboard method on the nacelles. Now hopefully I will get it arranged properly. I'm going to use the twine here to cut a little bow to keep the center section intact, because I remember what happened last time. The center section came loose because the pressure from the nacelles was bowing it up. So you've got to, and of course I've got to make sure that the glue I put on the left nacelle does not spread so much that it, that it attaches the thing completely, and I can never get the cardboard out again, because that would just defeat the whole purpose, wouldn't it? So I'm going to try to carefully get the ship in camera range here while I do the tying, almost like a shoelace, of the turkey twine on top of the central nacelle mount, as you can see here. And that way it is held down so it doesn't pop out of place, and the cardboard should keep the nacelles themselves held at approximately the correct angle, as you can see from the front here. Although what I see now is that the left nacelle is, there we go. There we go. It's pretty well good now. There you go. There you go. Now the nacelles are held in the right position. So you've got the tie on the back part. I'm going to put the tie on the front part, just like I did with the Excelsior, and then we're going to leave the ship like this for, well, I don't know, a couple days, give the glue time to set, and hope that when I'm done, I can carefully ease the cardboard out of there, because it is a tight slot for the nacelle. So what I would do is I would put the ship down, and then I would, so I put the ship down like this, because the paperweight holds the nacelles at the correct angle. Now, you'll see how this does not, but, and that doesn't either, nor does the cap. Actually, the cap of the microsol and the cap of the microset would hold the bottle at the correct angle. I mean, the nacelle at the correct angle. So actually, before the cardboard gets glued to the bottom of the nacelles by mistake, I'm going to ease the cardboard out of there. There you go. 1. And 2. Good. And then I'm going to do the other tying. Ease the bottles into position. I'll be right back with that. Okay, so there we go. Under each edge of the nacelle, the bottle cap is wedged. The 2 ties are in place. And if I look at the nacelle from the front, it is aligned at the correct angle, both above the saucer. So that'll keep it in place without any glue disrupting anything. And just going to get a little model cement to apply, thin model cement. I'm going to apply it right at the joint here, right in there. Good. Both edges. There. And leave it propped at that angle for a bit of time. And we'll just see what happens. I mean, it's in place. It's safe, it's settled, and we'll just see what happens. And that should work successfully. I know the model desk is a bit of a mess right now, but that's the ship. Looks good to me. The nacelles, if you look at it from the side. All right, I know how the left one is a bit uneven. So what you do is you just adjust it upwards a little bit. But actually, I'm going to have to stack some books or something still. Okay, so that should be the proper angle now. Take a look at the side. That's pretty good. It's wedged, both under the nacelle to hold it up in the proper front-back alignment, as you can see from here. There you go. See? Good. That's pretty good. That should work. Take the still picture again. And we'll see how that goes. And I will just leave everything in place for a couple days. And then we'll take it out and hope that the nacelles... Wait a minute, I just might be overlooking the simplest alignment procedure possible. Be right back. Flipping it upside down was not the simplest alignment procedure because the left nacelle, the one I used the glue on, well, its slot is not snug enough to work without the glue. And yet the right one that I didn't glue in at all, its slot is snug enough to keep it at the correct angle without any glue whatsoever. Though I'm still going to put the cap in there. Anyway, that is part B of part 10, and we'll see how it works. I'll come back and show you the results, and we'll see you here next time. Bye-bye. All right, hello everyone. This is the next part of the 1400 scale Enterprise B build, and I'll show you what I'm going to do today. I am going to carefully remove the bottle whose cap is holding the nacelles up at the right angle. I'm going to carefully untie the string that's holding the center mount down, and I'm going to carefully remove the cardboard that's holding the back of the nacelles. And I'm going to do all that on camera so we get a record of how it turns out. Gotta angle the camera correctly. There we go. I'll angle it and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back again. First thing I think I'll do is I'll try to use my scissors, and because I actually tied it in a knot. I don't know if it can be untied manually. Oh, actually, I think it can. Okay, good. Because you don't want to disturb anything with the scissors. And that's good, because then you can keep the string for another time, in case you need to use it again. So, all right, so I'll save that. Untie the back part here. I know I knotted it instead of tying a bow because it takes up less string that way. All right, here we are. All right, there. Okay, good. Okay, so he's out the, make sure I'm on camera here. Ooh, I'm going to actually move it so you can see it better. Be right back. That's about the best view you're going to be able to get and still work on it. Oh, wait, actually, there's a bit of a better something I can do. Just 1 second. I got to rearrange my model table here a bit. Clean up some stuff. Things get all over the place. So strange. Of course, this you can see the glue I used, the Elmer's clear glue. That way it doesn't get all over the place. It'll be really visible. You can see the cardboard slices I used that were cut to fit so that I could actually slide them underneath the parts of the ship. So let's see. Let's put the camera here. Ah, there we go. All right. So since we're looking at the red, let's try it first. Now, it wasn't glued in. It was slotted in because it was so, you know, the slot was so tight in the first place. I didn't think I needed to glue it, so I didn't do that. Then we'll come around to the other side. Carefully remove the other bottle. It's amazing that these lids are exactly at the perfect height to work. Okay, so that's good. And then, of course, I'm going to angle it this way so I can carefully remove the cardboard. So we'll start with the top piece. Carefully. There we go. There's the two top pieces. And then the bottom piece. So far, so good. All right. And then you can see the Citadel drill I use for little pilot holes and everything. All right. So there we go. Live on camera. And I'll take a look from the front because that's the best way to tell. Nothing seems to be falling. Nothing seems to be collapsing. And it's holding. So while I'm here, I might as well grab the instructions, and you can see the decal that needs doing next. That is decal number, well, 33. Well, there's actually 3 of them, but I have to get that Aztec decal, which is probably hiding in this little bag here. There's not that much left, so it's going to be easy enough to tell what I need to get done. Ah, there it is. Ah, so there we go. There you go. You got it now. All right. So, and of course the Excelsior model isn't going to be much help either. But I believe there is another set of instructions that actually works for the Aztecs and not just the decal painting. And it, hopefully it's this one. I'm going to find out. Rats, it's not. That's just for the bottom. So decal number 33. Okay, it is mentioned. Good. I was worried about that, but it's all right now. So, decal 33, it goes on first. Doesn't seem to matter which way you put it on, this way or this way, but given the way the instructions are, see how they're that way, I might as well put it on that way. So I'm going to go change the decal water, cut it out, and put it on the ship. And then I can probably move on to the saucer, registry, and the red stripe. So I'll be back with that, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so the Decals Soaking. Try to move the camera to a position where you can see everything better. Just putting the cardboard away in the meantime. So let's see if I can put the camera here. Ah, good. There you'll be able to see me put it on now. There we go. All right. Oh, of course, I got to use the Q-tips to moisten the decal. I think the decal's upside down, so I'll be right back. Probably just do the one. Well, I could do the stripes in the registry today. I mean, it's probably best to do all the stripes at the same time. You can see the grooves in the saucer in which they'll fit, but don't do the registry yet. Just make sure that the stripes fit in the grooves that are designed for them. So I'll see if the decals loosen now. Oh, surprising. Hasn't loosened yet. Okay, a bit more soaking then. So you can see on the guide, don't mind me, I'm in the middle of the DeLorean build. I'm working on it at the same time. But you can see in the middle of the guide here, the top section. Of course, just say Enterprise B instead of red stripes. You get the idea there. And there. Oh wait, you gotta be able to see it. There you go, see? Red stripes and Enterprise. So I'll just do all those decals today, and then we'll just see what we get as far as a result, because there will still be, even after I put the Aztecs down, I've still got these for the front and back. And then of course they have to be painted the same Craft Smart Robin's Egg blue as everything else. That way they all blend in. Put a bit more water on the receiving area here. Here we go. Aztecs go over everything first, and they've got the groove lines already outlined, so you know exactly where they go, which is great. Hopefully they don't spread any closer to the nacelles than that, and hopefully they don't expand over onto the pinstripe area. So we're going to see what we get now. Ah, there we go. Oh, that's there we go. Okay, here we go. It's pretty close. Just guide it a bit. Bring it back a little bit. Just like that there. And there. Okay, and then I will use the Microsol and Microset here. I think it's this one. To, you know, blot it down. Use the brush here. Gets the wrinkles out. Smooths it down. And then the reason I put it down, I attached the nacelles first. Don't know if that was the right thing to do, but it seemed like a good idea to me, because you want to have the correct dimensions. And when you're putting the nacelles down, you don't want to damage anything. And the other reason is because I was using the, I was tying it, and you didn't want to accidentally rip the Aztec decal while it's being tied down. Okay, there we go. So it looks a bit wrinkly right now. Show you the close-up in a minute. So it does look a bit wrinkly, but the Microsol will settle it all down, and it'll work properly. So now I'm going to try the red stripes on the saucer, which means I'm actually going to position there. So you'll be able to see me put the red stripes down on the saucer. So I'm going to get the red stripes out, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Well, as you can see, these stripes are a bit, they seem a bit long, especially for when they're where they want the registry to face, in between the grid lines. But what I'm going to do is, I know where the grid lines are, the recessed grid lines anyway. And you know that the registry wants to fit in between these 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. So I'm going to take the registry away, leave it there for now. I'm going to put the, do the final trimming of both the decals here. There. So you know where these have to go. Soak them, both of them. And I'll apply them, but I'll make sure that they don't get into this middle section at all, because that's reserved for the registry. You can see how it's, I trimmed it closely, and it is designed to fit just in there. Good. So I'll leave that as it is, and everything should be fine. And then that will be decals 42 and 41, as you can see here. 42 and 41. And that'll be all I'll do today, because I got to give the Aztec on the nacelle pylon time to dry before I give it the stripes. The stripes that go on the front. So front stripe 31, rear stripe 32. Now I'm thinking it might be easier for me, especially considering where the paint goes. I could try painting the stripe while they're on, but I'd rather do it after it's on the ship, like I did before, just like I did on the nacelle pylons. And that way it'll all blend together. Now this is a pretty close, the top saucer's a pretty close blend, so I won't have to do anything with that. Now let's see if the decal stripes are ready here. Sorry I ramble on a bit, but I'm just kind of planning the build in my head as I go and as I wait for the decals to dry. Okay, so they're in the right orientation. So I'll apply them, I'll adjust them, I'll come back and show you the result. Well, I put the stripes on, but one stripe is longer than the other. I mean, the port side stripes fits, it kind of bisects the panel line on both sides, so it comes out and comes in again. This one, I tried to bisect the panel line, but in order to make it work, you have to bring this one completely outside that panel line. So the stripes are not equal. They probably should have been trimmed. But I have another idea. And I think this idea will work. What I will do is I will guide the stripes into the panel line after all, and then trim them accordingly in this section so that they don't end up disrupting the registry. So just angle them like so into the line. There you go. Good, okay. So what you do is you just bat it down as it is, so it is aligned in the panel lines it wants to be in. There you go, even if it extends out a bit, which it does. But it is my hope, let's see, you lay this down. The B is going to cover it up, so that's perfect. Okay, so you do the same thing with the other one, the starboard one. You align it directly into its panel line by easing it forward. There you go. Ease it forward a little bit. There you are. It's aligned into its panel line. Okay. Ease it down now. There you go. And you take the N, you set it down, and looks like the N will cover up the stripe, so you'll hardly see it. So I guess that's a good solution there. And I will use the microsol here to just ease the stripe directly down into its panel line. There you go. On both sides. There you are. There. That's good. Okay. So it'll be covered up by the letters, so you won't have to do any cutting, which is good because when I cut the overlap on the impulse engines, it brought up the underlying paint anyway, and you don't want that to happen. So I'll take a picture of the stripes on there. Don't know how much I'll be able to see. That's from that direction. And then take the picture from this direction. There you go. All right, so that's about it for now. Oh, I'll mark the guide here. All right, so that is 41 and 42. Even if they overlap the registry number a bit. Okay, there we go. You can see the marking of 41 and 42 here. All right, so that's great. Okay, so that's going to do it for part. I guess this is the rest of part 11 of the Enterprise B build. So part 12 is going to focus on the remaining stripes on the secondary hull right here, and it will focus on the registry number and the name of the ship. You can see those decals here and there. So that'll be all for now. That'll be all for part 11. And I'll see you here next time for part 12. And hopefully the nacelles still hold. As you can see, I'm just going to leave the ship like this. This is kind of a test. So talk to you all later. Bye-bye. Just an extra addendum to part 11. With help from the X-Acto blade and the cheese knife, and holding the decal in place with scissors, toothpick, while I used the scissors to trim it, I managed to cut the red stripe down to the appropriate length it has to be while still fitting within its assigned grooves, more or less. I mean, it'll be a bit off, but at least it meets that line, and it meets that line. So now the registry number, which you can see here, will be able to fit perfectly in between, you see, without having a red line come up underneath it. And the USS Enterprise name can fit right under the phaser strip. Like so. It's a rough placement. It's dry. It's not on there yet, but at least that shows how it's designed to go. Of course, I'll straighten everything out when I apply it, but that's the rough angle anyway. So that's good to know that you can still trim the decals when they're applied to the ship without them getting wrecked. And unlike the impulse engines, because I cut it before it was firmly attached, I didn't end up damaging the underlying Aztec at all. So that's great. So everything works. And of course, that's why I put those bottles underneath, to ensure in case the nacelles start to dip or something, they'll be held in place. So actually, I'm going to take another picture or two of the ship now that the stripes are in the proper arrangement. Front, well, that's the port side. Turn it this way so you can get the good picture of the back. go this way so you can get it from that angle. There. And then get the ship from the front, again turning it. There you are, good. So that's all for now for the Enterprise B. And I'll splice all the 3 parts, I guess this will be part C, of part 11 together and put it on the external hard drive, and then I'll post it at the appropriate date. 2 of the 3 parts were filmed on today, April 14th. So anyway, I'll talk to you all later when it's time for part 12, which will be the application of the nacelle mount end stripes and the registry and the number. And then the ship will finally be done after a period of nearly 6 months, possibly 7. So I hope you have a good Easter weekend, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.